just to be right where you are. My love, oh, I love you, girl. I will never leave you out. I will always let you in.
Hello, welcome to the Reba Perry Show. We have our distinguished guest here, our state senator, James Sanders Jr. How you doing today?
I feel good, Miss Perry. You doing all right?
Oh, I'm great as usual.
Good, good.
So I want to get straight into our conversation as if we're in our living room.
Aren't we?
You are.
Okay.
So I have a question to ask you because a lot of our constituents really don't know the difference between the councilman title and the state senator. Explain to us a little difference in the title.
Well, one of the easiest things to know is that the councilman stays in New York City and the state senator goes to Albany. Another way of looking at it is when you think of all of the city services, if your cat goes up the tree, if the potholes, those are a city council person. When you're thinking of legislation, when you're thinking of how do we make the life for the people better, usually that's going to be done in Albany.
Oh, wow, that's a lot to take in. We're going to go on and talk about our community concerns. A lot of our constituents are concerned about different projects that are going on in community, especially in the Springfield Garden areas and similar areas of the new arrangements that we have. Tell us a little bit about how that was put in place. And I know that was probably on the councilman level in transition.
Well, if you're speaking about the incredible redoing of Springfield Park, which is one of the places, and the road that goes in there, yes, I had my hand in there at the council level where we are doing a smaller blue belt. We're dredging up the lake and making it better, and at the same time we're going to make some roads easier to travel along that area. And we're also going to create a very small nature preserve that I'm fighting to make sure we can go in, that we can walk in, that there's some type of walkway so people can walk out of their doors and walk into nature.
Absolutely. And I know the biggest concern, me, myself as a homeowner and living in actually Rosedale area since 1973, not telling my age, but the flooding.
Yes.
That was a big issue, and I see a lot of work is being done to prevent that, putting new sewer systems in, drainage for the water to overflow. So I know you had your hand into that as councilman.
Well, absolutely, and as senator, we have to watch this area because we know that the floods and the hurricanes are coming back. It's just a question of when, not if they are, but when. So therefore, the people have to be prepared. What government is doing is trying to help people with a type of resiliency, making sure that the infrastructure can withstand any hurricanes or heavy storms that come in there. And at the same time, we have to educate the people to make sure that they have everything together. Something as small as, I'm sure you have plenty of them, your go bag.
Yes.
Oh my, a go bag is the bag that if the storm hits and it's really bad, you just grab that one and go to a better place.
Right.
And you have to have all of your information and medication and things of that nature in it. There's a whole process of putting it together, and if people want more information, the Red Cross.
Right, I was just going to mention that. And I see you have a newly renovated office over on Rockaway. I love it. I came by as a constituent just to be nosy and check it out. Staff is wonderful. Very nice place, and you can always go across the street and go to the fish house if you plan on eating.
Well, you think that's why I put it there. Well, actually, I don't have an office, I must admit. You have an office. I am your manager. So it's not my office, it's the people's office. And I'm very glad that you came to your office, and I encourage everybody else, come to your office. You don't need a reason. In fact, you should come in and just watch, and when people say, can I help you? You can say, no, I'm just here to see how my office is functioning. we shouldn't feel bad at all. We should be happy.
right.
If we're doing the right thing, we should be very glad when the boss comes and catches us doing something right.
Right.
So I encourage people, come any day. I suggest Monday through Friday,
Right.
9 to 5.
But not on the weekend. 'Cause
Well, sometimes we're there, but if you really want to catch us, come Monday to Friday.
And your staff is really, really nice. They did tell me what their positions are so I can know who to contact in case there's a specific issue that I need to cover. And I knew some of them from your position as a councilman.
Well, it's good to make new friends and keep the old ones. We kept some
Absolutely.
friends, and at the same time, we've brought some new people for you to meet. But we are also interested, the soul of these type of offices has to be volunteers.
Okay.
Has to be people in the community who have some time and energy and say, you know what, I'm going to go in so I can move my community forward.
Right.
Or they could come in with their particular issues. Some people want to work around the issue of women. Some people want to
Right.
work around the issue of children, seniors. If you come in and you have those as your issues, we will find a way that we can use this energy to move the community forward. So we are always looking for volunteers.
Absolutely. And I want to talk a little bit about the New York State budget. That's a big concern as a constituent myself. I really, you hear things from different people, but I like to hear it from you, yourself, the person that go to Albany and help pass these bills.
Well, it is a mammoth budget, and it is a tremendous half a year undertaking. In fact, although we passed it, we're still working to fine tune it. Certain things were left out, certain things have to be made right in it. Among the opportunities that we missed was the Women's Equality Act, a 10-point agenda for women that unfortunately our colleagues on the Republican side were not ready to pass these 10 points. Another opportunity that I'm really not happy about is that we had the opportunity to raise minimum wage to $9 an hour. And instead, we did something I think rather cowardly. We raised it to $9 an hour over 3 years. People need help now, and which should have been raised now. 3 years from now, we'll be in the same place, if not worse, where $9 won't buy the same as if you raise it right now. So there are opportunities. A budget is a question of priority. It's a question of whose priority are we looking out for? And anytime you see a budget that really misses on issues like that, it means that we were looking out for the established classes, those who are better healed, and not looking out for everyday people.
And that's absolutely true, because when you raise the minimum wage to just $9, think of the people that are raising families with this budget. It really is deplorable.
Now, remember, that's $9 3 years from now. That's
Right.
That's not $9 now. 9 now would be insufficient. 9 3 years from now is shameful. And I actually voted against it. I said, this is a fraud that I can't participate in. I'm ready to raise the $9 an hour now. In fact, I'm ready to go $10 an hour.
Right.
Might be even do more if the business conditions can take it.
Right.
But certainly, $9 over 3 years is a slap in the face to working New Yorkers.
And it's definitely deplorable. And I see we have a new tax credit as a homeowner that we can utilize.
That's good. Every budget, you're going to get some positive things and some negatives. This is one of the positive things. Homeowners need a break. We have been surviving, especially those of us who were caught in the storm. And if you fixed your home, there's actually some people coming around assessing it and raising your taxes. So the governor has said that he has a fix in the making for that. So I'm looking forward to working with him to ensure that people who have put their homes back in working order don't have to pay for it.
And tell us a little bit about the state funding for the charter schools.
charter schools are always going to be interesting. My personal position is I am in favor of charter schools in the public school system. I do not favor charter schools, or education for that matter, to be run by private corporations.
Yeah.
I think that they're more interested in the bottom line, and my bottom line and the parents' bottom line, it should be the education of children, the proper education, making sure that they are whole people, whole youth, and anyone who's looking at just money has missed the boat. However, we have put a significant amount of money into the budget to increase the charter schools and increase how much money they are bringing out per student to more equalize charter schools with the public school system.
And we also have what we call the DREAM Act
Oh,
for
my.
immigrants. That's a very touchy situation because
Yes.
I have a current employee under the same issue that need to be addressed. Tell us a little bit about the DREAM Act.
Before I understood the DREAM Act, I had some qualms about it. But after people sat down with me and said, listen, the DREAM Act means that a child who was brought to this country by their mother and or father when they were an infant, therefore they had no ability to be part of the decision making. They should not be penalized if their parent is an undocumented worker. I don't use that word illegal alien. I will use undocumented worker. And we do want all workers to be documented, but the fact is many are not. Under those conditions, what are we going to do? Should we penalize a child who has had no say in coming up here, and their parents brought them up when they were infant? I don't believe that that's fair, and I don't believe that the people of my district want that to be. So my position is we need what is called the DREAM Act, an act which says we will not penalize these youth. They will be able to access all of the grants and loans that every other student can access so that they can go for a higher education.
Absolutely. And it's really sad because we have a lot of people that are in our community that service our community, and these children are actually children that are doing well.
Yes. Yes, many of these are incredibly bright and talented youth, and you should never stand in the way of a bright and talented youth. Should never stand in the way of any youth, but especially a bright and talented youth that this country needs desperately. We're aging out, and we need a new generation of people to come in and bring America to the next height that we need to go to. And among these people who will do that, I would argue, are in this DREAM Act population.
So there was a bill that was passed for women equality. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, there was an attempt to get the bill passed.
Okay.
There were 10 different things that it did, including some pay equity and making sure discriminations were not practiced against women. But the stumbling block that was over the question of what the Republicans called abortion upon demand and others called late-term abortion, and we could not overcome that, although it really was not late-term abortion or abortion upon demand. It was putting into state records, into the state, the law of the land that we have on abortion right now. We were codifying it.
Okay, so I know there was a law passed about taxing the millionaires. That law is a little tricky.
Well, the bill that we had, Mayor Bill de Blasio and others championed what's called a millionaire's tax. And he wasn't the only one. Many of us championed this for a long time. We feel that the super wealthy are not paying their fair share. And this means that all of those tax breaks that they're getting are being thrust onto the backs of the middle and working class, leading them to stumble and really fall, while the super rich are not paying this. We attempted to get them to pay for education, to get universal pre-K paid for by them. The governor